from all the new people as well. Every Tuesday night, there are 20 to 30 brand new people joining the team, joining the family, getting their business launched and up and running. And we love hearing from you as well. So if you're brand new and it's your first Tuesday night or even your second Tuesday night, because I know a lot of people that were trying to unmute and they couldn't last Tuesday as we ran out of time. If you're new, click on the little microphone in the lower left-hand corner or hold down the space bar on your keyboard. Say hello. Don't forget to say what state you're calling in from and welcome to the call. Got a mute button. We okay to unmute?
Yeah, I left that open.
Righty.
Yeah, Kim, no snow in Minnesota. That's what I'm hearing.
No snow in Minnesota. What happened?
Great. They're out in shorts. They're at the beach.
No snow in Wisconsin either.
There we go. See?
I don't know what that means, but it doesn't sound normal. The sky is falling.
That sounds like a hot summer.
Sounds like a great hot summer coming. You're right. All right, fantastic. Thanks for sharing. Hope you get some snow soon. And welcome everybody. Again, we've got a whole bunch of people just came in. We jumped up from 70 to 117 really fast. So welcome to the RRR247 and Direct to Consumer Ambassador team call. You're in the right place. This is where you're supposed to be, and you're here at the right time. And Tuesday night, write this down if you're brand new, the most important night of the week. There's all the big announcements and everything you need to control your rate of success and make sure you got everything you need to succeed. It's always going to be talked about and launched, especially if it's something new to help you, will be launched on Tuesday night. Never any other night of the week, Tuesday night only. Launch on Tuesday, train on Saturday. And we also love hearing from the brand new people. So hopefully everybody got a chance to unmute their microphone now. I see a lot of audio still connecting, and that could be a Zoom thing because the internet and Zoom have been kind of funny for about 2 weeks now, right? So let's make sure you can unmute, and we love hearing from the new folks, new team members. Welcome. Whoever got you here, they want to know you made it on. We love seeing your smiling face. All you got to do is say hello. Let us know what state you're calling in from by clicking on that little microphone in the lower left-hand corner of your screen, or you can hold down the space bar on your keyboard like a walkie-talkie while you're talking. Say hello, and don't forget to say what state you're calling in from, and welcome to the call. Got chat?
Yeah, there's nobody in chat other than everybody talking about the weather. We're done talking about the weather now.
We're done talking about the weather. Let's talk about your new business. And we're going to dive in really quick. I see a lot of new names coming in there. Everybody time to get their audios connected. Anthony, can you unmute? Show us that you're able to unmute and say hello.
Hello.
All right, beautiful. Thank you, sir. We know it works.
Yes.
All right. All right, I'm going to say it one more time. Welcome, everybody, to RRR247 and Direct to Consumer Ambassador Team Conference Call, the big training call, the most important one of the entire week. And all the big announcements happen on this night. That's why it's the most important call to you and your rate of success here. We want to make sure you stay on top of everything, get it fast, get it early, implement it, put it into your business, and be successful. So make sure you don't miss any Tuesday night calls. Anytime Rory and Tanya are going to add something to the system to help you build your business, help you go global, help you make more money, help you hit your goals, help other families get out of that rat race and join us and come enjoy life and get a little bit of time freedom and financial freedom, repenting their retirement or starting a whole new career. It doesn't matter. Everything happens on Tuesday night, and that's when they're always going to launch it, talk about it, announce it, and give you what you need. Never any other night of the week, but we also, every Tuesday night, there's usually 20 to 30 brand new people joining the team. We love meeting you as well. We're not going to put you on the spot, make you talk a lot. Just say hello. Let us know you're there. And we love to see the different states that we're expanding into as well. Last week, Florida kind of dominated it, and I love seeing that. We'll see what state's going to dominate tonight. So if you're brand new, click on that little microphone in the lower left-hand corner, or hold down the space bar on your keyboard like a walkie-talkie. Say hello. Don't forget to say what state you're calling in from, and welcome to the call. Sorry, Diane, I see that.
I am not to. Diane, I hope the other guy looks worse.
Fantastic. Go ahead, Louis.
Well, I'm fairly new. I think this is my second or third week, and calling in from Texas, El Paso.
El Paso, Texas, in the house. Thank you, sir. Welcome. Glad you made it.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is Al Ingram calling from Chicago, Illinois.
Chicago, Illinois is here. Welcome. Welcome to the team. Glad you made it.
Second week.
Hello, this is Vicentia, first time, Virginia.
Vicentia from Virginia. Welcome, man. Glad you made it. Go ahead, Milo.
Yes, hi. I'm Milo from Wichita, Kansas.
Wichita, Kansas, in the house. Thank you, sir. Glad you made it.
Samantha from
Excuse me?
Orlando, Florida.
From where in Florida, Samantha?
Orlando, Florida.
Orlando, Florida. What a magical city. Thank you. Florida's in the house. Glad you made it. All right, what time we got? Last call. I'm going to have to do last call, guys and gals, because we are jumping right in with a lot of great stuff. And our co-founders have a lot to cover tonight. So if you're brand new, welcome to the Direct Consumer Ambassador and RRR247 team conference call. This is the most important night of the week because all the big announcements are here on this night, and it's for you. Anything that Rory and Tanya have to help you build, help you grow, help you hit your goals, help you earn more money is always going to be launched on a Tuesday night, never any other night of the week. And sometime real soon, maybe, might be tonight, might be next Tuesday. I don't know, so I can't tell you. Guess what? That's why you never want to miss a Tuesday night call. They'll have guest speakers come on, tell us all about their product or their service or the tools to help us build our business. And the more they tell, if you have the manufacturer, the creator of that product, get on a call and tell us all about it, we can build better pages. We can market better. We'll be able to earn a whole lot better by having those kind of guest speakers on. And they do that frequently as well, which might be coming up soon. So tonight, we also want to welcome all the new people. There was 7 that were able to unmute and say hello already. I got to call last call because it's that time, top of the hour. If you're brand new, we love hearing from you. We love welcoming you to the family. All of us do. And we like seeing the new states being represented, and new states, not just new states, they're the same states, right? But we like seeing all the states being represented. So if you're brand new, click on the microphone or hold down the space bar on your keyboard, say hello. And don't forget to say which state you're calling in from, and welcome to the call.
Hello, David Vance from Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas, in the house. Thank you, sir. Welcome.
Thank you.
Hi, Bob Rivera from Lakewood, Colorado.
Bob from Lakewood, Colorado. Welcome, Bob. Glad you made it. Tiffany from Iowa in chat. Welcome, Tiffany. Glad you made it. Don't see any more in chat. All right, anybody else? I'm going to go ahead and hit some buttons here so we can get going. We realize it is still Christmas break for many, and especially if you're new, right? I'm going to hit that button. I'm going to hit that button. And then I'm going to go and hit this button. And I got to hit this big button. All right. So welcome again, everybody, especially the new folks, to the RRR247 and Direct-to-Consumer Ambassador Team Training Call. This is our big call, our most important call of the week. All the big announcements, all the magic, everything important to all of us, especially if you're brand new, happens on Tuesday nights. Tonight, on every Tuesday night, I love to introduce you to the people you're getting in business with. I love telling you the story of how I met these people 3 decades ago and why we've been in business together and become such close family members over the last 3 decades, because I want you to know who you're getting in business with. I think you should know who you're getting in business with, but I'm going to do you, I'll do you a favor. I'm not going to be able to do that tonight because what's coming is even more important. I'm going to make you this promise. Log in early next week. Make sure you're here on time. I'm going to introduce every single one of you that I didn't get a chance to introduce to this week, to our co-founders. And then, of course, we'll have all the new people next week. So we're going to dive right in. It's 4 minutes after. I said I would be ready for him by 5 minutes after, and we hit that goal. So welcome everyone to the family, to the team. Let's dive in. It's my pleasure to introduce at least one of our co-founders to you tonight. He is the techie, the brain behind all this technology and everything that we do. He's an unbelievably creative person. I've gotten very close to him over the years. He's not just one of my mentors. He's like, can I say little brother? He's younger than me, so I can say little brother. He is family to me, but he's family to all of us, as you're going to find out soon, because he cares for everyone equally. It's, whether you're here for 1 day or 1 decade or 3 decades, or he cares equally for everyone. You're going to see that when you get a chance to meet him, and you're going to get your first chance to see his face and hear his voice tonight. So as soon as I see that camera turn on, I'm going to turn that microphone over to our co-founder, Mr. Rory Ricord, calling in from Central Florida. Where are
How's
we
it
at?
going? Yeah, Orlando. Yep,
Yes.
Central Florida. Central
I didn't know.
Florida.
Yes. Calling in from Central Florida. Take it away, brother. It's yours. Microphone's yours. I made it.
All right.
5 after.
That was awesome. Yeah, guys, we have a lot to cover today, and it is the holiday week, and I mean, dedicated people are here. Our numbers are going to be down a little bit because we know people have family in and they're doing all that stuff. We know our Canadians are celebrating, and like everywhere else too. It's that time, but we come here because it's important to be here for you. And it's our one night that we can focus on everything around the PBS system. And we're here. It's the end of the year. This is our last Tuesday night in 23. We're back here next week. It's going to be after an incredible Vela Vita call, and we're going to be launching 2024. We're in a new next week, and I want to have you guys get ready for that. So let's go to our calendars and let's make sure everybody knows what's coming up. We have our Brain Food Academy open house tomorrow night. We have our Thursday training, which I'll be on this week, and we have a lot of people coming back that were here before, left, for whatever reason. We're bringing them back on, and so Thursday we're going to be covering a lot of the stuff that's here. That's Thursday, same time as this, and then Saturday we start at 8 a.m. Pacific, 9 Mountain, 10 Central, 11 Eastern, and we have an hour training that Tanya is going to be doing this Saturday, and we're going to get ready for it today. So she's going to be teaching you guys how to build your dream, I guess, put your dreams down and you're going to manifest them on paper, right? You make a dream board. She's going to be covering how to set your goals in motion and how to itemize them down. And I'm going to get you guys ready for that today. We're going to do an exercise that we really haven't done as detailed as what we're doing this year. And I'm going to be doing that with you guys on this call. So that's why we need as much time as possible. Next thing is that Saturday, that first hour. The second hour is our DTCA hour. And we usually have somebody on there tasting food and pairing wine education. We're going to be modifying that up. We get to do that from time to time. Saturday is going to be a lot of fun. And then that's an hour. So that's our second hour. Then the third and fourth hour is V marketing with our top recruiters that are going to be teaching you how to do V marketing. Now we do it every Saturday. We actually teach it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We have it. This is the skill set, the one skill set that will allow you to achieve even more here. In fact, I'm going to go over some more things today as far as how to, turn your dreams into goals and to knock your goals out. But the best resources that we can give you is our paid marketing that Tanya and I fund, and teach you how to use that paid marketing effectively to literally be the vehicle to knock out your dreams, like literally to achieve them in the deadline you give them, and to get that into a rhythm. If we can teach you how to achieve one dream, then you can do the second, the third, and you can get bigger and bigger because it's the same patterns. We have unbelievable, unlimited resources for you to just tap into. You provide the time, we train you how to do it right, and we just get better by doing it. It's one of those things you just learn as you go, and we're going to really get that going. That's what we're going to be doing all of 2024 is literally turn everybody into a dream achiever and get the patterns. Everything's in place. All the easy is here. All the hard has been eliminated. And now it's just getting your skill set up on how to do a BRT, build a relationship and trust, how to better communicate in your blog pages, how to get more posts going out there. We're going to be focused on the communication all in 2024, which makes everything else hum here. Okay. Now we've got some incredible changes coming through. There's some stuff with Google and AdSense and all that things. You want to be on the Tuesdays and Saturday trainings. We got to cover a lot of things. Okay. A lot. So let's, you guys got the button. We got people coming in still. I'll leave you guys with that. I'm going to do some screen sharing and I want to make sure, like, I'll even pause for a second. I need everybody to go get paper and pen. If you don't have paper and pen, let's just take a couple minutes, go grab it. Everybody should have it on our calls anyway, but let's go grab paper and pen. We're going to wait a few minutes for everybody to do so. This is so important. I need you to write some notes down today. Sometimes I like to take notes for you, but today I need you to write them down because you need to be prepared come Saturday.
I just realized I didn't say that. Sharpen up your favorite pencil, get your favorite pen.
Yeah, we were rushing today because I need the time. I mean, it's 9:10 here. I got 50 minutes and I've got a lot to unload and cover. And a lot of it's mindset and perspective. Also, we're just so you guys know, we're rolling out some big things next week. And those that are new, that might sound like, you may not be used to people saying all these big things are going to happen and they may not show up with them. We always show up. If I say something big's coming, I'm not kidding. Like I know what's coming. I know what it means for us. And I want to make sure we're all ready to take advantage of it. It's one thing to be a spectator in life, right? But everybody at RRR247 gets to participate in the actual activities and the actual fun of creating wealth and sharing wealth and paying it forward. And it's because we're preparing you for what's about to come. It's, there's an uncanny thing here where we can see where the future is going and we just get everybody ready for it. So when it hits, we're ready to run. And 2024 is going to be a year where many of you here are going to have business developed outside of the US, outside North America, maybe for the first time in your life. It's going to happen massively starting next week because of the right elements coming together. And, while we have a lot to focus on here in the States, I'm going to tell you, and I know Niall can attest to it, there is a security. When you have income streams coming from multiple countries, there is a financial security that you feel. It's like a big warm blanket. And I'm going to tell you, it's very, very nice. And we're going to be enjoying that. And we want to share it with everybody. And because of the construct of the compensation model that we're attached to, everybody here can benefit from it. I mean, everybody can. The possibilities are pretty much endless. Okay. So, oh man, I love seeing this. Okay. We're going to go into it. All right. So I'm going to start out with the visual. And I know we have a lot of new people. Some of you have heard this before. Again, and some of this will be new information. Let me share my screen. So, and you can write this down because it's something you really want to be thinking about all the time. The 5 steps for a pathway to accomplishing your dreams. All right. Now I cover this a lot because it's so important you understand the steps of it. And I broke it down to 5, even though the 5th step actually is usually where people don't have it. Like number 5 is what most people are missing. They don't have it. They don't know, right? Like let's just I'm going to sit back. I'm going to sit back and get comfortable in this chair I have. The resort that Tanya and I are in right now. Let me see if I can put my camera up. Here, hold on a sec. Yeah, let me pull that up a little bit more. This chair is so cozy. We're in an amazing resort. It's a super, super comfy everywhere. And this chair is amazing. So I'm going to sit back and have a lounge conversation with you on this stuff for a bit, really go into the mindset. So let me share my screen again. Okay. So get used to this, right? And you know, the 5 steps. I'm back far enough I can actually use my glasses. Yeah, I kind of need them, kind of don't. Okay. The 5 steps for a pathway to accomplishing your dreams. Now, I'm gonna tell you, I have learned how to do this, and it's a pattern. So I know that I can accomplish anything because once you learn how to do it, once you know, right? And you don't know what you don't know. And the thing about it is, if I start in reverse and go to number 5, apply resources and go into action, that's where everybody messes up, right? We all have dreams and aspirations of what we want to accomplish and do, but a lot of times we don't really have the answer and how we're going to get there. And that's not uncommon. You know, they don't teach it in school. You know, I covered the law of marketing. Nothing sells itself, right? Marketing in and by itself is the action plan. How you going to market, marketing your product is the action plan to move a product or service. And if you don't have the resources, right? I talk about this a lot. 85% of businesses fail, or 85% of the failure reason, which is enough to wipe out everything, is the lack of knowledge, know-how, and capital of marketing, right? If you don't have the knowledge how to do it, and you don't have the know-how how to do it, you're not going to get anything done, right? And even if you know how to do it, and even if you have the knowledge on how to do it, if you don't have the capital to do it, you're sunk, right? And I bring this up all the time. We love capitalism, right? It allows the American dream to happen, but it takes risk for that reward. Capitalism, if you don't have capital, you don't get the ism. It's in the word, right? Capitalism. You need capital. You need to invest money to make money. And you got to invest more money to make more money. That's a fact. Okay. Now we are in a position, Tanya and I, to so blessed that we can actually fund your marketing. And that is such a big thing, but I need you to understand that's the resources that you need to apply to go into action. Your time, and you're following the system and the things that we train you and teach you how to do, the knowledge and the know-how, your time and the resources of paid marketing allows number 5 to happen. And so I'm going to go from the bottom up, and then I'll go down again, because I'm going to drill this home. And once you learn how to accomplish a dream or a goal, right? Once you learn how to do one, it doesn't matter the size, you're learning the pattern, how to do it, right? Right. It's like you learn how to ride a bike. Once you get the fundamentals down on how to balance and pedal and keep enough speed that you don't fall over and learn how to, you know, stop when you need to stop and put your foot down to stop, all the little techniques and the actual, you know, muscles that you need to ride a bike. Once you learn how to do it, it's going to get easier and easier. You can go faster and faster, and you can take different risk of speed and do different things. And, you know, if you're a boy or, you know, a rambunctious girl, you might start jumping ramps and stuff because you get better equipped and understanding it, right? So it's all that stuff. All that stuff is there. And it's the same type of a process. You've got to apply resources and go into action. And so we provide you the training, the knowledge, the know-how, and provide the capital behind the paid marketing so that you can apply your time to it and go into the action you need to go into in order to accomplish the goal, the deadline you set for your goal. And again, your goal is a dream, right? So on your piece of paper or your pad, and this is to get ready for what we're going to be doing, what Tanya is going to be doing with you guys on Saturday, is I want you to start writing down all your dreams. And I want you to write them down. And you don't need to write them down in any particular order, but then I would organize them based on the smallest or easiest to the biggest. But do that in 2 stages. First of all, get your dreams down on paper. You need to manifest them in writing. You want to have them all written down. And I'll help you with this. This is an exercise, like, where do I start, right? You know, what are your dreams? And sometimes your dreams may just be things that you just need to alleviate the stress of your life today. Okay, now I go over on the financial side of things, and I bring this up because this is a reality for a lot of people, is you need to bring enough money in to make sure that you're covering the bills for the month and you're not borrowing from Peter to pay Paul, right? You know, if you have more month than you have income, how can you bring that extra income in? That might be your first dream, is how do I bring enough money in? I want to bring enough money that I can cover the bills every month and not get behind. That's a very solid, you know, dream for some people. Some people don't have that as a reality. That's a dream then. Okay. So we want to make that a goal and give it a deadline, right? Now, don't worry about the deadlines right now. I want you just to write down your dreams. Okay. And then put them in an organization from least, or I guess from least to greatest. They're all important. Like a lot of times, I mean, you have a dream. If you haven't accomplished it, that's an important dream, even if it is just to, bring an extra $200 a month, $300, whatever that is, but declare it, write it down, right? And you can write them out of order and then put them back in order, right? So write down your dreams. And I wanted to do some, memory jogging during this time. Okay. A lot of us, we're parents or grandparents, and we always want our kids and, our offspring, if you will, to have a better life than us, right? I always talk about the different environments that we live in, right? That we come from. You got the broken environment, which sadly represents about 95% of us. And then there's the 5% of us that is the wealthy minded, business minded, wealth creation side. And there's different, numbers in there, right? Not, and what's successful for me for an income may not be the success and income you're looking for. You might want to make more than me or less than me. It doesn't matter in a competition side. This is about what you need for you, the dreams for you and your family, right? So you write them all down, right? Write all of them down. Take your time, and I wanted to really get you guys set up for this today. And I'm going to get even more comfy. So maybe it's to have, a dream vacation. Maybe you want to go to a vacation every year versus every 5 years. Maybe you want to make sure you can do an awesome proper vacation versus, a stay vacation that you settled for. Right? This is memory jogging. I'm going through some exercises. Again, if you come from a wealthy environment, you want your kids to have a better life, and you know how to have it. But if you come from an environment that's not wealthy, you want your kids to have more. So start writing those dreams down. Do you want your kids all to go to college, or do you want to go to trade school, which might be a better option? Or do you want them to learn how to be part of this forward progressing direct to consumer area? Like, I can tell you, my children all had the resources if they so desired to go to college. Whether they had scholarships or not, there was a path they could take if they wanted to go to school. Further education. Not all of them wanted to go to further education. Actually, 1 out of 7 did. She completed, got her degree. The other 6 actually happens to be all the boys. They've all gone down trade school paths, or they actually work for the family business, and they've been learning things to help aspire to the needs that we have on the back end of things. And I've supported whatever direction they want to go, and influence some different things. And I've had a lot of them go work in the real world, so they understand how different it is here at RRR247, even in that aspect. But having the ability to support your kid in any decision they want to go, that might be a dream. Give them the options of what they can do. That's the one thing I can say. I mean, Tanya and I, whatever they wanted to do, whatever path they want to go, we can support it. We want them to have a very successful life and career and family life, right? In case we have new parents on here, in my experience, you're raising your kids even when they're in their 20s. You're constantly raising them. Our oldest is 28. We're still raising them. Just putting it out there. You never stop raising your kids, but you also want to make sure that you're there to help provide for them. And as a parent, that's a good dream too. Is like, do you have enough cash flow to come in that you can be a support for your family as necessary? And I don't mean like to enable them, but help out on things, or help establish things, or help them with inheritance. In fact, there's a trend. There's an awesome trend. And as you guys are writing things down, I'm just going to continue to talk and do some memory jogging to help open this up. Some people have stopped dreaming because they just don't think they're going to get it. They've settled. They found a point in life they just settled, and they're just trying to get by. We're trying to invoke dreaming because, first of all, a thought is a very powerful thing. This entire system, RRR247, started out as a thought. Powerful, right? When you take a dream, you make your dream a goal, you give your goal a deadline, and you map out the action plan to achieve the goal by the deadline. And then you apply the resources and go into action. You know, if I hadn't been accomplishing dream after dream after dream, goal after goal after goal, and it had a pattern of it, I don't know if I would have ventured off to even build this in the first place. But I had the know-how and the knowledge, even though I didn't know exactly what was required to build this. You know, if you, some of you may have heard the story, when I set out to do this, I thought I could build the training system in 6 months. I actually thought I could do it in 4. Told Tanya 6, and it took me 4.5 years. But I knew what I needed to put in place. Yes, I had to adjust my deadline. But the thing that we get to do here is we've literally perfected what it takes to build and accomplish goals and deadlines, because we know how to apply the resources and what actions to go into. We know what happens when you do X, Y, when you do ABC. We know what that creates. You know, do ABC, get X, Y, Z. We got it measurable here. And that's what we're going to be really be instilling and teaching as we go through stuff. We know what we need to do with our PBS and all the businesses attached to it and the team building aspect to accomplish the necessary actions to hit the deadline for any type of a goal. We know how to measure it and how to put it in place. We know what needs to be done. And we also know, you know, on how to, you know, put it out there. And even though the deadline might shift and might change, sometimes sooner, sometimes out later, we can move on it. We can be an actual movement on accomplishing those goals. And once you accomplish one goal, the next it's the same process. And you're going to get better and better as you go. And the journey to accomplish that first goal is epic. Even if it's just to make a couple $100 a week, that first goal, once you accomplish it, that journey you went through to do that, the pattern and motion it put in place, that's epic. That's what's going to allow you to do the next one and take on bigger challenges, set bigger goals, accomplish bigger dreams. All of that's laid out there. So I'll go over that, you know, as a grandparent and a parent, you know, if you have the cash flow to come in to help support your entire family's needs and their dreams and their goals, that's a great dream of yours to have there too. You want to come, hold on, you want to come here, bud? Malik, come here. Come here. Speaking of family, want to say hi to everybody? This is our oldest grandson. You know everybody here. There's Dina. Look, there's everybody. Look, I'll change this to the, look, there's Uncle Niall. Huh. This is one of my big whys right here. All my grandkids, the ability to give them whatever they need. Tanya and I are in a situation where our grandkids, whatever they want to do in life, we can totally help them with it. That was a goal. We set out. All right, bud. I love you. It's like they've been on camera before. Oh, you gonna come back? All right. Close the door, okay, bud? Being able to do that was a goal. Like Tanya and I set it down and said, hey, you know, we want to be this type of a grandparent. We want to be able to be around and help them with everything. And that's what we get to do. And we get to do it, right? We get to do it because we accomplished the goal and the deadline, right? We got ourselves in a situation to handle that. These are things we itemized out to do. Now our goals got bigger and bigger and bigger because we accomplished all of them. And as you accomplish them, you can go bigger. And you know, now we have a goal of helping millions of families around the world with creating time and financial freedom. That's our goal. Okay, that's what we're chomping on right now. Right now, the deadline for that, we know it's going to take years. All right, and we have it measurable. Like we're going to look at where we are in 5 years from 2023, where we are in 5 years, and let's see where that number is at. Like we should be in hundreds of thousands within the next 5 years. We're already we're in tens of thousands now. All right, we're growing and doing the actions that we need to. We need to grow instructors. The more instructors, the more families we can help, because it takes that one-on-one attention still, right? But we've streamlined things. We've gotten rid of the slow points, the friction points. We've made things so easy, everyone can do it now. And we just got the rest of that done in October of 23. Like we're now just rolling out all the new stuff and getting everybody taught how to do this. Like that's what we're doing. That's our focus. That's our action steps to accomplish that goal, right? We have the resources, all the paid marketing coming in, all that is part of the resources to accomplish that goal. Well, that goal just happens to be one that we know in order to get that, we're going to help a lot of people achieve all their goals and dreams along the way. So it's just a very happy energy, right? Because there's no way we can accomplish that big goal, a goal that I love that a lot of people think is impossible. How are you going to help millions of families? I don't know. I see the map. It looks pretty clear to me how we get there. Like, I know what's got to happen. I know what number 5 is. Step number 5, I know what that is, and we're doing it. It's just a matter of time and perseverance. And I'll put this back up here now. You state your dream. You make your dream a goal. You give your goal a deadline. You map out an action plan to achieve your goal by the deadline. And then you apply the resources and go into action. And all of this sounds great, but there's a couple of things that are underlining to this that are necessary to make it happen as well. And that is, you better have a very strong why. You better have a very strong reason that gets you out of bed every day to go do what you have to do. Because, you know, some of us, you're not in a position yet where you can do this full time. Some of you are doing this part time in what seems very tough because you're just trying to get by and you just don't have the time in the day and you're stressed about it and you know you want more, but how do you get there? And all I can say is you better have a strong why to push you there, to help you prioritize your days, to find those nuggets of time to apply as your time resource to all the resources we provide to you and go into action and to achieve your goal by a deadline. And that's one of the biggest things that we, you know, that's why we constantly have Tanya training on time management. How do you structure your day, prioritizing your day? But let's go back to your dreams, like write them down. And they shouldn't just be dreams for you, it's dreams for your family and think big. You know, we set forth and I'll definitely, it was more my dream than my spouse's, you know, and it's good when your spouse agrees with you. It's never good when they don't. But you know, we set this apart, you know, like decades ago that, you know, wanted to travel and live a vacation life. And, you know, I was, you know, we're at the resort and we had the grandkids over and it hit me really hard, Christmas Eve. And I was sitting down and I was just, you know, had a quiet moment to myself in the kitchen and we have a great view. Everywhere we go is pretty much on a golf course or the ocean or both. Sometimes we have both, one on the one side, ocean on the other. And we're on this whole, you know, and I'm watching the golfers and just, you know, enjoying things and just hit a moment of calm. And I remember, and it's vivid. I remember, and I know I was around 10 years of age and I was helping my dad run phone cables out in Park City, the resorts there. They have timeshare resorts. They're still there today. And he was working for a guy that got the contract to wire all their phones for the condominiums. And they were on a time crunch and they were, you know, running them. And we were there on, you know, I was there helping during my holiday recess, right? And I was there with my dad, just me and my dad. And I was using a stomper. I don't know if anybody remembers stompers, but they ran on a AA battery. They were a truck body, little plastic truck body with trucks, and they were awesome. Like they would just go. Like I use stompers for a lot of projects, but we had this piping that we had to run the cable through, and literally got these stompers, taped the end of the cable to it, and just put it down that pipe, and then you just had to go out there and get it on the other end. And it was, you know, genius, and it was fun for me. So I remember doing that, and I remember we were hustling to get everything done so that we could drive back home to be home for, you know, Christmas and everything with the family. And You know, we were there, we were spending the night in the condos there, working literally nonstop around the clock. Like we would rest, get right back to work. And, you know, and it had to get done before we left, and we had to finish it before we got home. And we got home like at 3 a.m. Christmas Day. And I remember when I was there, and you know, we had to go run stuff, and some of the condominiums we were running stuff, people were in them, right? It was literally a sold out time, right? It's during ski season, it's, you know, there, and I was in there with the guy, and his family were out shopping or whatever else, and he was there, and you know, even at 10 years old, I was very talkative, and I was, you know, talking to him. And I remember him telling me about this is where they spend their vacations and how much they love it. They get the family together there. And I was intrigued. And I remember that day, that very day, I said, I'm going to have a life like this. I'm at 10 years old. I said, nope, you know, because my family, we didn't do anything like that. My grandfather had a timeshare that we use up in Snowbird and in Utah. And it was in the summer, and I went up there for like 2 or 3 days, depending on who could all come there. I have a lot of cousins, but you know, we lived down by him, and you know, I'd go for 2 or 3 days, and I'd have this precious 2 or 3 days every year with my grandfather, and you know, we'd hike the mountain and go shoot with a camera, you know, deer and elk, and occasionally we'd run across a bear, you know, and rabbits and all sorts of wildlife in the mountains of Utah, and go fishing, and you know, use the sauna and the pools, and I'd hang out with my cousins, and we'd play games, and you know, it was an important thing, but we only did it for a few times. And I remember talking to that gentleman, and you know, he was older, he was a grandfather then, and I said, I want this life, I want to have this too. And I set the motion, the dreams, the thought, the power of a thought in motion, and then I you know, look for it. And obviously, to have a vacation type situation like that, well, you've got to have the money for it, right? It takes some money to make that happen. It takes some time freedom too. And so started putting that out there. So, you know, I put that in motion, and then, you know, another 10, 11 years later, I literally started buying timeshares and investing in that very thing. And now we get to live that way. And as I, you know, did more trainings, and I traveled the world, and I was at these events, you know, you guys, when I did events, I didn't do them in like bad locations. They're always beautiful locations, right? It was kind of always the idea. You know, I've been helping people accomplish dreams since I was 15 years old. It's kind of what it's totally in my DNA. Like, I get it. But I started doing this, you know, and putting that in motion. And, you know, and I know there's people here I've talked to before in a long time, but it's like, I wanted that life that was a vacation life. You know, I watched how people vacation, and, you know, they work really hard, and they go away for that 1 week a year or every couple of years. And they end up usually have to pay for it over a long period of time. Right. And I'm like, you know what, if you do things right, I bet you could have that life every day. And then I also wondered, like, what would a vacation be like then? If you lived a vacation life, what would a vacation look like? And for us, those are goals and dreams that we set forth. But in order to make those a reality, the little dreams have to happen as well. They have to happen first, right? You can't just jump to a big goal and dream. You've got to get the pattern going. You got to be patient in it and realize that you're going through a journey, and that journey is really what you should be celebrating, because as you learn to accomplish that goal and get the next one going and the next one going, the journey from point A to point B to point C, as you accomplish goal after goal after goal, that journey is where you're developing and becoming better you. And it's not because you achieved more, it's because you actually put this in motion, and you started taking advantage of everything that we're meant and deserved to have. And once you tap into that ability, the sky does become the limit. And you literally put yourself in a position where you not only can achieve your dreams, but you also can help others do the same thing. And that ripple effect is just going to make the world a better place. We're going to improve the quality of life for so many around us. And so when you're sitting down and writing down your goals and dreams, realize that the journey you're going to put yourself through to accomplish those it's just going to make you a better human being. It's just going to make you a better you. That journey is the most important part, but you've got to have a focused item to push for, right? You know, if you don't know where you're going, you're not going to get there. That's why there's a map, right? That's why we have GPS, right? So we're gonna establish the GPS of dreams one at a time, or you know, as we migrate from one to the next to the next. But it all starts with stating what your dreams are. It all starts by declaring it. And then it's fun to like make a dream board. So you look at it every day and remind yourself, yes, I want that. That's why I wake up every morning. That's why I prioritize. That's why I stopped watching that favorite show of mine on a regular basis and took that time and put it valuably where I could focus on my goals. Like this is why you got to, you know, break it all up. And it's patterns, it's habits that don't just come overnight, right? If you weren't born into a method of this, which I wasn't, okay, you got to learn it and develop it somewhere. You know, fortunately for me, I got involved in the marketing aspects with mentors that already knew and knew how to do this and passed it on to me. And they weren't young. I had mentors that were in their 50s and 60s and 70s when I was 15. But I was willing to listen, right? I was willing to hear them and ask the questions. And you know, and again, I'll go back to, you know, it's December 23rd, right? Or Christmas Eve. It was Christmas Eve, and I'm remembering that other Christmas Eve when I was 10 years old and talking to that, you know, grandfather that, you know, had his older kids over and they had a brand new, you know, baby grandson or whatever it was. They came in as I was leaving, and just hearing him, you know, say that's how they did their life. And, you know, they'd had it for years and he looked forward to it every year. It was like the highlight of his, and I get it, right? And I remember saying, I need to have that because we didn't have that. You know, my grandpa, we had the taste of it with my grandpa, but we didn't have that as a family. And, you know, and I look at it now as, you know, as we've, you know, our kids have always had a vacation. We always had months of vacation. The only time it was cut short is when their sports were so involved in the summer, we couldn't go away for a month or, you know, more than a week or 10 days, whatever it was. But our, you know, Tanny and I talk about it all the time, the quality that gives us too, right? Those experiences are priceless. You know, they don't really remember anything but maybe the big game systems. Even those, they kind of fade away, but they remember every single trip we took. And they talk about it still, and we go on new ones, right? So, you know, and there's a trend to that, and you see more and more people, you know, trying to accomplish that. But that might be a goal too, is you want to have those vacations with the family and achieve that. Now we put things in motion, right, to do that. We've got systems in place that are creating vacation, you know, availabilities and more. And we're going to be bringing even more on. You know, we're going to be helping you guys accomplish this because we've already done it. We've got stuff. We've learned how to do it the right way. We've learned how to do it in the most economic and biggest bang for your buck, and also how to accomplish to where you can have all these great things and also be in a position to help others still, right? It's that way. And, you know, I look at, you know, our quality of life and what it allows Tanny and I to do to help others, you know, and even more so, I mean, we get to do more because we set a path and goals to allow more to happen, you know, and now we get to just reap the rewards for all the risks taken to get this far. And you know, come next week when we're rolling out all these things for the new year, I'm going to tell you guys, you know, something that's just been awesome is, you know, in the whole circular marketing path, the reason we've succeeded where others have failed in almost every aspect of lead generation, especially, is the circular marketing understanding. We would find a way to get revenue out of something that was non-revenue generating before. We found a circular path to take a non-buying or a non-conversion situation and re-gear it, re-aim it to get a conversion in a different direction. That it's that, I guess, the journey of learning that allowed the performance blogging system to be created in the first place, is the understanding to do that. And what we're going to go into starting January 1st with our GSIs, PSIs, and MSIs is exactly that. I've created another way to circular market something we're already doing now on a regular basis. We're not creating a conversion. I get conversions out of that now. And I share it with the GSIs, PSIs, MSIs on January 1st. And then we're going to add it to the queue. But it's one of those things, guys, we have so much to go through. We've got an organized step up the process. So, you become, an instructor, you become a CSI. And once you become a GSI, we're going to give you even more access to circular marketing on top of what we already do. I'm letting it out a little bit right now. They didn't even know that was coming, but it's next week. And so I want you guys to realize that you're going to be able to dream bigger because we've got more resources and we figured out how to better use our already amazing resources even better. That's why this stuff just gets so fun for me, because there's always room to find another solution where you thought you didn't have one. It's just that, but it's the journey of creating solutions time and time again that's allowed me to be more visual and say, wait, we can do better. We can do better here. There's something more we can do. Okay, well, now now I got to create this to make that happen, but this is why I can create it. And the resources is there. And then it becomes something where it's like, okay, that resource isn't being used right, and it's up to me to get this done. And I'm ready. So all this has happened in 23. Now we get to build on the solid foundation, and everybody's going to start hearing why I've been so excited to roll this out, because I just get to give you guys more tools and resources to better use what we already have. More circular marketing solutions. Now, as you're writing down your goals and your dreams, right? This is a fun exercise to do by yourself, but it's even more fun with your soulmate, hopefully, right? Your spouse or your significant other or your close to the family. Make sure you guys are on the same page and, hey, what do we want to do together? I can tell you the power of one is one thing, but brainstorming, and I call it masterminding. You bring your close, trusted, people and your best friend, your spouse involved. If you guys are laying out the dreams together, it's pretty amazing. Now, on that note, let me remind everybody, January 25th to the 28th, right? Niall, if you could throw up the link for the event 2024. There's still room to go there. I'm anticipating pretty good numbers there, and we got to make sure we all go get our Bella Vita tickets in the back office. Some big changes are happening with Bella Vita, and it's such perfect timing. I can tell you guys, when I found out what was being released on January 2nd, some of the stuff, and I found out even more. That's why we pushed to do a meeting and get everybody to the facility in January. We are going to be launching some stuff January 2nd with Bella Vita, then we're going to be on our call talking after. That's going to blow your minds, but we're going to have a lot of fun. Now, here's the thing. Everybody in RRR247 has all the resources available to them if they plug in their time and learn how to prioritize to accomplish great things. That's what we're here to get you through. We understand this might be a new way of doing things for most people. We're patient. We're going to just repeat it until you learn it. And we're going to be there to help you do it. And our team's going to help you build, right? We're building over half your businesses with you in the way this is structured. Now, there's going to be some things released on January 2nd on the first call. So on your calendar, and I'm just going to give you the Eastern times, 8 o'clock on the 1st, I'm going to be doing some review stuff on the Bella Vita training. Okay, I'm hosting those right now, guys. There's a reason. There's a big planned reason. Then we have our opportunity call for DTCA. Then at 9:30 Eastern on the dot will be the instructor call. That instructor call is going to be epic. And then right after that instructor call, we're going to have our PSI, GSI, MSI call, and I'm going to drop their jaw. Like, I'm going to blow them away. Then January 2nd, 8 o'clock Eastern on bellavita.live. It's the founders call. All right. And I'll let you guys know I will be on that founders call. I will be sharing some time on there with Costa as we roll out some amazing things. Now, it's going to be epic. It's going to blow your mind. And then we're going to get on our call right after. And there's going to be a very short intro. We're not going to have time to introduce everybody to Tanya and I. What we're going to do is go right into how we're going to take what Costa released to us and go to work. Like, we're going to go right to work. And there's a timeliness to it, because everybody that jumps on and just masterfully follows what I give you in steps to do, we all got some incredible rewards for it. And we're going to go to motion. And then we got a rhythm we're going to be carrying forward, right? We already have it. We're already on board with it, but we're going to step things up and go to work. And it's going to be awesome. But you know what? The thing that's going to make that jive, the one thing that I can't do is I always say we have this amazing success smorgasbord. That's all you can eat. Like, it just doesn't end, and it tastes amazing. Can't force you to eat. That's why this dream, the dream boards and writing down your dreams and making them goals and deadlines, all these things are so important, because that's the only thing I can do is to inspire you and give you the training and the journey so you can actually eat from the smorgasbord. I wish it was as easy as me pushing a 2x4 button on my phone, like I always say, and smack the upside of the 2x4 to get you to wake up and do it. I don't have that. So we just got to put a little bit of elbow grease in and teach you guys how to dream, how to write it down, how to manifest it, and how to organize and create your whys and reasons to get you up and to do it, how to prioritize it, how to make you go eat so that you can have this incredible life, so you can have this incredible way that you deserve. You know, you don't know how to get there. We're going to teach you how to get there. And think about this. If we teach you how to do it, you can pay it forward to your generations and generations to come. That's why this is a legacy created success system, right? And as we're rounding things up, make sure you're writing down those goals. And you should have pages of goals. And in fact, you should pretty much take this and create a journal and add to it all the time. There are dreams that you have forgotten about that you should have. There are things that you wish you would have done. Well, you can do them now. You know, a lot of people give up on the dreams. They just think, hey, it's not for me. That's ridiculous. No, I'm gonna go to a little bit of a spiritual place. I don't think God would have given us the ability to dream if it wasn't something we could have. I don't think he's that cruel. I don't think that we have desires to go see the world or to have nice things or to be able to provide for our family in nice ways, and don't think that, you know, the ability and the desire to have it couldn't be fulfilled. I think God would want his children to have all of that. So if we have the ability to dream it, we also have the ability to achieve it. We might just need to be in the right places and learn from those that do, right? That's what this is all about to me. For me, that's what it's about. And, you know, I've had some incredible dreams. In fact, I went through a learning phase from my background and how I grew up in my environment that I didn't think I deserved things. I didn't state it, but my actions were like, I would just get what I needed. I would just have enough always, but I wouldn't achieve something more because I actually felt like, well, I wasn't worthy. And it had to do with my childhood. It had to do with things that I was taught and told by my surrounding environments. And it literally took a deep mastermind situation to open that up. Now that brings back our event 2024, right? We have people coming in Thursday. Friday, we're going to have our top 10 buy points in Bella Vita, go to dinner with Tanya, myself, and Costa. And the journey to get there is the most important, but that celebration dinner, and it's going to be one of those dinners that you're not going to forget. It's going to be an experience. And it's also going to be one of those dinners that you're going to be very glad you didn't get the bill for, but you're earning it in the journey, and we're celebrating it with you at that dinner. And that's Friday night. And then Saturday, we're at the facilities of Ricord Laboratories where the Bella Vita is actually produced. And we get to see that firsthand. Now, I've already seen it. A lot of our leaders here have already seen it, but we want more to see it, because when you realize how real this opportunity is and what's behind it, it's a whole different level of security. It's a whole different level of, hey, we've got the right vehicles in place here. And this is a great example of one of those. And then we're going to do an amazing training Saturday, really, really focused on BRT, goal setting, and prioritizing, the things you need to learn to make your action plan work. Like, we're going to really hone in on it right there together in the same energy room Saturday. Then Sunday, we're going to be getting everybody together in the hotels that we're staying at, and we're going to be doing masterminding. And this will be the launch of our masterminding. And this is something we're going to be constantly training people how to do. And this is where we get to collaborate. We get to share mentorship within our teams, to get over problems that we all face, and to hear outside perspectives to help us get past those, so that we can become the better us and the better part of the teams. That's going to happen on Sunday. And then everybody's free to go home either late Sunday night or Monday, or however you've got it arranged. I know there's some teams that are they're hanging out on Monday, because that's what we do. We guys, we love to hang out with each other. You know, there's a bond you create when you're knocking out success and knocking out dreams together. You know, we're literally in the trenches of, and it's really, to me, business has always been like a warfare thing. And this is, to me, is the same thing, because we're combating what? Debt, controlled slavery by debt, getting people independent. Like, we're fighting opposition that, you know, let's face it. I don't think the world in general wants us to be free in our time and our money. And yet we deserve to be. God wants us to have it. Absolutely wants us to have it. The universal laws wants us to have it. We just have to learn how to receive it, be open to it, and take the actions that are given to us to go get it. So the masterminding is so important, because if you have the same energy and focus around you to help overcome things, it's a lot easier than by yourself. I'm going to tell you, I am not who I am today. We are not all here today talking because I try to do it by myself. No way. I'm a better person because I let others in to help me. I asked for help and guidance from those that had what I wanted. Everything I put in my book is how I've lived. And I want to make sure everybody gets to take advantage of that. You know, once you know the keys to go once you know the keys to open up the secrets, you want to share them. That's what we get to do here. And now that we've got the RRR247, everything lined up, we've got the right products to market, we got the right systems, we got the right things where the friction are gone, the foundation's built. Now we got to pour into the people. Now we got to pour into you to help you get the tools so you can accomplish the journeys and achieve your goals. And by teaching you guys how to achieve your goals and getting that becoming part of your pattern of life, it's going to better everything. Everybody wins with this, and everything's planned. So we're going to do that in January. And then we're all going to be in motion for something coming a little bit, you know, a few months down the road. And then we're going to be launching from event to really bolster and build. You guys, it's literally our time. You know, there are people that come in here of all ages, and there's some that you know, for them, that, you know, they've kind of settled down on things. I don't want anybody to settle. I'm here to tell you, you can accomplish anything you desire. We're going to give you the tools to do it. Right? It's as simple as that. If you know what action plan needs to happen, and you got the resources to apply to that action plan, you can accomplish your dreams and goals by the deadline. That's what we're going to focus on, is the thing that people don't have. We already have the resources for you. We just got to teach you how to use it. Knowledge and know-how, capital behind marketing, your time to utilize it to accomplish what we know how to accomplish, to make the income happen. Almost all your goals and dreams are going to be income-based. Fact. Takes it. It's energy. You need that energy, right? If you got cash flow coming in that doesn't require your time for trade for dollars, and you get paid by the actions because we're using technology and teamwork and working smart, now we can make the cash flow come in so we can go achieve the dreams, achieve those goals. That's what it comes down to, guys. That's what it comes down to. Now, I'm going to, I knew I needed the time today because I really wanted to go over this mindset and these things. So now what you need to do is, can you write down your dreams, and you should always be adding to them. But for Saturday, try to have them itemized from least to greatest, because you don't want to tackle a big one. You want to tackle the small ones first. It's about the pattern, right? You got to learn how to before you can walk, and you got to learn how to walk before you can run, and you got to learn how to run before you can ski, and you got to learn how to ski before you live life full. So like you got to knock these things out, right? So let's really plan that out. And then here's the other thing I want you to do. Actually, let me just check on one thing. Okay, this is something you can do if you want to do it. And Tanya's gonna be going over a vision board, and a lot of times it's just stating what you want. The written word is great, but a lot of us are visual. So let's say you have a goal, and I'll put some other. Maybe there is a dream house that you want. If you have a picture of that dream house, find that picture, cut it out, whatever it's got to be. You're gonna be putting that on your vision boards. A visual vision board or a written vision board. You're gonna hear how to do both aspects with Tanya. To me, it's like what works. I personally have never done a visual vision board for me. And it's because I state my goals so specifically, the picture's embedded in my head. When I read it, I know what that is. I like that for me. Now, also, that being said, it doesn't mean I haven't looked through that magazine and said, that's the car I'm going to get. Oh, it's not available yet. I'm going to get that car, and I've gotten it. And I made it visual. That's a different thing. Okay. But for me, I wanted lifestyle changes. I wanted specific things, and I would spell them out. And I looked at them I have a dream journal or a goal journal. I looked at them every day. And sometimes when I have that hard day, I have hard days too, guys. Things just don't work. They don't gel. It seems like things are, collapsing around me. I have those days. I just go open that up and say, yeah, I'm bigger than this. Take a deep breath, go forward, and it always gets better. It always opens up. All right. Now, hey, we're at the top of the hour. I want you guys to enjoy like the holiday time. I appreciate you guys being here for you. Q&A, let's hold off on all that. You guys got the stuff to get, pretty dang simple, and we're gonna get the exercise. And the thing about it is, some of you have been here for a year or 2 years, and Tanya's done this before. You may not be better at this process yet, and you're gonna get better and better as you go. But the number one thing is getting the steps, learning the patterns, right? Even visualizing your dream. Now I'm gonna say the visual vision boards. I have a couple friends, and they literally cut out the exact home they wanted, the cars they wanted, and the universities they wanted their kids to go to. And I've seen them achieve everything on that vision board. And I think it's very powerful. Now, I like to itemize things out and do all that, and it is a different thing, but I like the visual aspect. So I say I'm not one to really do that. I've done it on a few things. I highly recommend it for people that are visual, because seeing that and having that goal, it's powerful, right? A thought is powerful. A declaration and a repeat visualization is powerful, right? Everything great started out as an idea. It's the power of a thought. And that thought put into motion with action steps is incredible what it creates. It's the same thing we're talking about here, right? Same thing here. In fact, I'm just going to share this again just to emphasize it. Like, I can't do it enough. Guys, like literally the secret to success is right here. State your dream. If it's not a dream, you're not going to put effort in it. We desire things. What do you desire? That's your dream, right? Make your dream a goal. I want this. This is a goal I'm going to accomplish. Give it a deadline. 90 days, a year, 2 years. Some things might take longer, right? And give your goal a deadline, and then you map out the action plan to achieve your goal by the deadline. And then you apply resources and go into action. And the reason why I told you to itemize them from lesser to greater is because, as you know what those are, as you start accomplishing the lesser ones, you're already moving on the deadline for the bigger ones. You literally can just get in a habit of knocking out one after another and not to just knock them down like dominoes. And that's what I want you to visualize. You put it in a path. That's what it comes down to, folks. All right. God bless. See you guys on the guys. Brain Food Academy is launching. be on the open house tomorrow. And, you know, we're going to be spending a lot of time focusing and pushing towards things. You guys, there's a lot of repetition of what we do because we're building the patterns up. We're learning. We're putting things out there. We're posting ads. We have a lot of things that we do that are all action items, right? All action items that are going for our dreams and our goals with deadlines. As soon as you guys realize this, you realize that the training you guys got into the moment you stepped into RRR247 has always been and will always be about giving you the resources and the explanation, the knowledge and know-how so you can tackle it and knock out every freaking dream in your life. Everything was set up that way from the day one when you stepped here. Everything is built that way. So when we come to like the launch of things, I mean, timing has been perfect, but you guys, deadlines are important. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to speak for Costa and myself. When we put things in motion, we knew that the calendar was perfect, that January 1 was a Monday and January 2 was a Tuesday. How perfect of a launch for a year. So much was done to be ready for that. Get ready, guys. God bless.